Hello, everybody. Welcome to Realtor Reputation. I'm Apryl Lopez.
And I'm Shannon Howard-Bisordi.
And we are really excited for episode 4 for you. I can't believe we're already into episode 4.
Why did I think it was episode 3? And it's going fast.
I feel like we don't coordinate our outfits, but we are 100% full already.
Oh my gosh. And I almost texted you this morning and said, what are you wearing? Because
We don't want to clash. You didn't want me wearing like hot pink. Yeah. I'll never wear hot pink. So
okay.
We'll just put
the
it
only
that way.
one that owns hot Barbie pink.
I mean, I wear black.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I figured it would. But I went fall shopping this week.
Jealous.
Well, I feel like, you need like a fall refresh every year. So like a couple sweaters and, they get yucky or whatever.
I need to go. I like just to putz around like Nordstrom's and like live my best life is great. But I order everything online now because I just don't have time to go. I'm actually going to we're just jumping right in, to a Denim and Dazzle party this weekend.
What?
And I ordered this really cute like denim jumpsuit. And
you're going to put like rhinestones on it?
Yeah, but it's not even here yet. So then I like frantically was on Amazon trying to get like a backup choice.
Trying to think of like all the stores I went to if I could think of something.
Because denim's in season.
It is in season.
So
I was at Nordstrom's and this lady's like, you should be a personal shopper. I'm like, well, I used to work here.
Well,
it's my thing. It's my vibe.
So we've got an amazing episode for you today because the hot topic.
I kind of feel like we're on The View. It's like hot topic.
It is a hot topic. And if you don't know what's going on, like you live under a rock.
And it can also be like known as a slippery topic.
We are talking about our Swiftie sell of the week, which is the I was gonna try to come up with something like catchy. P. Diddy. He is.
That just says it all.
He is on
P. Dirty, P. Diddy. I don't know.
He's on a slippery slope, downward slope.
He's on a downward slope, and maybe he needs a slip and slide.
He grabbed that oil, and he's just like going down, guys.
Downtown.
Going down. So P. Diddy, obviously, he is in the news everywhere. Everybody's curious, like what the Diddy parties are, and I don't know. I get into the trance of like, what the absolute like hell is going on? Like,
I mean, wow. Like I had heard like back in the day, like he had, like white parties like in the Hamptons.
Sure.
You think of that as like a classy, like, oh, everybody dresses in white. It's like fancy, overlooking the ocean.
But he wanted you to wear your white underwear. It sounds like.
Apparently. But I was like, listening to like different people because it's just like it's like taken over my feed. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah,
it's just,
and it's probably because I'm like,
it's like you go down a rabbit hole. It's it's like, what did you say, Jeffrey? Like Epstein, like meets like trying to be classy, like Hugh Hefner, but not just like dirty. Like I don't know, but it's coming out,
and then I'm like, what happened with Justin Bieber and all of these?
Yeah, and it's
was he a producer? Was he producing them, or was he just?
Well, I think what happened from I don't know. Like, please comment if you know. But I think like he was like this big star, so he was like enticing people like Usher and Justin Bieber, like
just using his name to get them.
Record with me, and like I'm gonna make you a star, and I'm gonna like show you my what was it called, like. They were like, what's the name of the parties? They were called something.
They're Diddy parties.
No. There's like a name. Oh. Like the after hour part is called something. It'll come to me.
The gross?
Yeah. But anyways, and like, we're going to like show you the life of like being a star, and like, basically like sex, drugs, and instead of rock and roll, like rap. I don't know. But,
and then
I think
my feed though keeps going like, from like giving quotes that he would say at like different interviews lyrics to songs. And I was like, oh my God, why did nobody put this shit together?
Right.
Like,
well, I think there was probably a lot of, like disclosure. He probably had to sign like an NDA, but NDAs, some of them have time frames. Like, and then the other thing that I was reading is like he used to record all these like acts, these like sexual acts. And so like, and it was a lot of like group orgies from what I'm hearing. And it's like a lot of like famous people, like guy on guy, like girl on girl, like stuff that people probably don't want you to they're called freakouts. I think they're called
Freakouts.
That's it.
Yeah.
Freakouts.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff, so they would record it, and like I heard like he had all these like tapes, and that would be like blackmail.
Oh,
So like, like you could be there, but like, it was like exclusive like porno party, and then he would blackmail you later. So like people like Justin Bieber, it's like, oh, if you're rich, this is the life.
yeah.
But I think they were exposed to like drugs and maybe things like, they didn't really want to be exposed to.
Well, I would say so.
And it's kind of interesting because, there was this one article, I don't know if you remember, like back in the day, the nightclub shooting with J-Lo, Jenny from the Block.
I mean, kinda like
It was like in the 90s, and they like were at a nightclub and somebody was like shot, and it was like P. Diddy was like getting framed and like saying he's the shooter. And, back in the day, like a lot of rappers like that was kind of like the thing. And she came to like the witness, like, oh no, like as the alibi, it wasn't. And this other guy got framed for it. So he's coming out now basically saying the two of them framed him.
wow.
It's like,
It's going
going
down.
down.
It's going down. Okay. Well, let's talk about the house sale real quick. And then I'll also point out that
why he has to sell the house.
this is going to be like the number one Halloween costume
For sure.
like my kids are already like, I have teenagers and they think that it's just like their sarcasm with everything. We had a very long conversation about it last night. Just like, all the puns.
Oh, yeah. The memes are going wild.
Oh my gosh. Like it's crazy. So anyway, he's putting his house on the market. It was just announced. Like, honestly, we were going to do a highlight of is it coming on? Like what's happening? And then it sounds like he's selling his house. He's selling it for $61.5 million. It's located in Beverly Hills. It's a 10-bedroom. Ew. I don't even want to know what happened in any of those. 13 bathrooms spread across 17,000 square feet. He originally purchased the home in 2014 for $39 million. So he obviously, as I think you said earlier, needs to pay his lawyers.
He used to pay his lawyers, and his bail was set at $15 million, and it's like no bail.
Oh my God.
Like he is like indicted. Like he's like I know you're innocent until proven guilty, but I think there's so much evidence.
Yeah.
And do you think it comes with 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
Like, what was his excuse for having like, I think his lawyer said, well, just like anyone who goes to Costco, they buy in bulk. And it was like I read that on like a little thing that his lawyer had put up. And I'm like,
below, and the best comment is going to win a gift certificate.
yeah, let's do it. Not for
baby oil.
Not for baby oil, but I just can't.
We want to know your best idea of what you would do with 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yes, absolutely. And I think
And we'll give you a $25 Amazon card.
Perfect.
And you could buy baby oil or whatever you need with it.
whatever you need.
Put it towards your Halloween costume. But we want to know like the best use of 1,000 bottles. I heard it was, I'm going to give mine, it's to make your skin glisten. That's what they
isn't it good for your hair?
I don't know. So comment below, like, what would you do with 1,000 bottles?
Actually, the reason I get into this rabbit hole of like watching these reels and stuff is because of the comment section. Like,
it's so good.
I think I sent you one, and I was like, I just got like trapped into like just cracking up at the comment section of like what people like. Well, he's in a slippery situation, or whatever it is. Like,
I mean, do you think I should dress up like a giant bottle of baby oil?
yes, I feel like. So my husband wants to be P. Diddy. Well, I actually suggested, I was like, maybe if you're P. Diddy for Halloween, I can be a Justin Bieber, and or a bottle of.
I think she should be J-Lo.
A J-Lo or a bottle of baby oil. Like
I
just feel like it's gonna be like the hottest hot
Have you ever been
topic.
So I remember going on vacation. I used to work at the Four Seasons, and like we would have back in the day, there would be like Evian spritzers like by the pool, and they would come and spritz you. You could put a holster, I was thinking, with baby oil. You could be like the baby oil.
Just hit a bunch of like
baby oil
all over.
So many good costumes.
Sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. I can't even. It's just so.
Oh my God.
It's just so disgusting.
I
and
mean,
so unreal. Like, what is going on through? Like, just a.
I mean,
I can't.
this is like the world
that we live in.
I mean, to show like the powerful, rich and famous, like this is just hilarious to me. I mean, it's sad and gross.
And then the fact that he's selling his house for $61.5 million.
We hope to get that. So what do you think? Like, so in a house like this, like,
yes.
talk about this. And there is either prestige, because it's P. Diddy's home and these freak-offs, if walls could talk, took place there.
Right.
Or is it like a fire sale because it's a stigma?
Right.
And do you want to own that? Like, what do you think it's going to be?
I mean, the house is gorgeous, right? Mm-hmm. So it's this beautiful, obviously, for $61 million, you're going to get an amazing house, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It is a fire sale. Like, I think he needs to get it sold. Your pool of buyers, right, is very limited in the 60 million range. So I think if he gets an offer, he's going to take it. He needs it.
Well, I think his lawyers are going to make him take it because they can only be on retainer for so long.
I mean, I think it will go maybe at asking. I don't think they're going to be like, give me this house. I don't know. Who can buy it? Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z might bail him out.
Elon Musk.
Yeah. No, Elon Musk, do you know I was reading he only rents now. He sold all of his real estate
for his spaceships.
Yeah. I actually was reading an article that in I think right around COVID time, he sold all of his properties and he rents his house now. Oh, he rents the house that he sold to an investor.
Wow. Is that weird? So weird.
Yeah. But he's also
he needs spaceship money. So
maybe that's what it was.
He's just trying to bring people to space.
I know but maybe we'll talk about him next week.
Maybe next week. but so you think that he's going to get asking?
Yeah. That's my prediction.
I mean, Hugh Hefner's house, and that was like dated. It was, but it had the like prestige of being like the Playboy mansion. That went pretty well.
Yeah.
Him, but I'm just curious
but that was Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. Well, this is
like, he's known to have freak offs. Like,
yeah, this is like dirty, like trafficking dirty.
Yeah,
it's not like gross. Cute girls running around in bunny costumes.
Correct. Yeah. It's just grossness.
So comment below.
Yeah. I want everybody's opinion.
We want to know like the best.
Okay, let's go on to our next section. Enough about the Diddy, right? Because I want to get into our snake it till you make it section as far as real estate news, what's happening, and we're going to discuss things that will affect home values. So Shannon had an appointment recently.
I had an appointment, and it was really interesting because it's a really great neighborhood. Very common subdivisions, really well known for families and kids, and a great size. However, the property backs to a sound wall. And when they purchased the property, they said that the agent did a great job of having open houses, on a weekend and on very
non-high traffic times.
Mm-hmm. And this was back when they were, really lost out on a lot of houses and, overpaid. They felt like they kind of overpaid and they overbid for this home.
But it sounds like they just wanted to get into
wanted to get into something. They loved the backyard and everything. And then their first night there, they didn't realize it was a thoroughfare for, like semis and a traffic route, and you could hear it. And I just wanted to talk about how when you have a subdivision house, as we often talked about, there's, you have different kinds of homes, right? You have custom homes, semi-custom homes, and you can improve them. But you don't ever really want to over improve kind of a subdivision cookie cutter house, in my opinion. Yeah. This is just my opinion, because you could have done $100,000 in upgrades and the neighbor could still have the house in great condition, but kind of their builder grade. But are you really going to get $100,000 more based on the same square footage and everything in a subdivision? Mm-hmm. And you might get more. Maybe you'll get 50,000 more, but I don't know if you'll ever get your upgrade money back if you over improve. Right. Because when you have in my opinion, kind of a detriment, a sound problem, it can't be fixed with paint. Right. So my question is how, one, do you feel that devalues the house? And two, like, what are some tips to, I don't want to say mask or hide, but how do you highlight like that in a sale so it's not like the main focus, like when you do in a sale?
That's a hard one. I mean, it definitely affects the way that I would price a house, knowing that you're going to have that high traffic area. It's going to be a turnoff for people, right? So
I feel like you're already losing half your buyers.
Yeah.
In a sense, because a lot of people have noise sensitivity.
I mean, I would say it's definitely close proximity to transportation. But I think also just really making sure that you focus on the interior part of the house as far as, you know, yes, you don't want to over improve it, but you want to make sure it's staged. You want to make sure that your windows have been improved, because if you're in a high traffic, right, you want to make sure that if you are in that house, everything's closed up and you don't hear that traffic, right? So I think that would be really important.
I mean, do you think it's important for the agent to disclose it?
Yes.
100%, right?
100%.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I mean, I think the agent and the sellers need to
be fully aware that it's a high traffic area.
They don't have to say loud, must use sound machine at night, because everybody's different. But I think
white noise recommended.
Yes, but I think that you should be transparent about that.
Absolutely.
The other thing is I was suggesting that maybe like a fountain or some kind of like water feature in the backyard. Because I feel like that's just kind of nice. And I also suggested maybe like have some outdoor speakers or like, just have some music. So it's not going to ever get rid of it. And you're not trying to.
Can you see it? Is the wall like high enough?
Yeah, the wall is high.
It's high. Yeah.
But so
I was going to say you can build like a sound barrier. You can build like a really nice outdoor pergola.
But in it's the front yard is facing the sound wall, not the backyard.
Oh, I see.
So the backyard's a little quiet.
I see. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, you can build like a pergola to hopefully have some sort of a barrier when you are back there. Some people, it's just not going to matter. Like, they don't care. I had actually sold a house last year, and I was representing the buyers, and we had a very long conversation. Like, can you hear this? Like, we are here at 2:00 in the afternoon. I really want you to understand that road right there is a main road. That's where people are going to be. It was, Bennett Valley Road. So, people use that at 5:00. You're going to hear way more traffic than you are at 2 p.m.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So, but you should be aware of it.
Yeah, you should be aware of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what my opinion too. But I just thought that was an interesting one.
And that's the importance too. For sellers, like, you have to be truthful and honest when you're filling out your questionnaires to make sure that you do disclose, hey.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something you're trying to hide ever, but you also don't want the neighbors to be like, oh, well, the people moved because it was loud.
Yeah.
Because the neighbors I think we said this before, the neighbors are going to get you in trouble every time. They are going to tell on you. They're going to tell everything about you.
Oh my gosh, I had an open house. This is probably, I'm just going to tell you, because I had an open house did I tell you this yet? Over the weekend, and a neighbor came over, like, so upset with me about the, like, people parking.
Oh.
At the open house while there were people there. And then the person who was walking through the open house then got in an argument with the neighbor on, like, parking. And she's like, well, I pay taxes. I can park wherever I want, even though it's in front of your house. And I'm just like,
OMG. Hopefully that person doesn't write an offer. They will not get along. That'll be a neighbor dispute.
Yes. Oh, 100%. Oh, she even said, she's like, I don't want to buy this house if you're going to be the one living next door. And I'm like,
oh my gosh. Like, this is like, you can't make this up.
I'm just trying to be like super neutral. Like, I'm sorry, they're only going to be here for about 5 to 10 minutes. They're just walking through. But this neighbor was just like really irritated that people were there. And I'm like, and give people forewarnings like, hey, it's an open house. And I think she came back a second time. And I think she's like, well, my husband's, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like,
is he going to sue you for having an open house?
And I said, please have him call me, please. I think it's probably best that you don't come inside. That's what I said.
How
I tried to say it as like kind and nice as possible, but I'm like, go away. I don't know what to say. It was very awkward. Very awkward. So do you disclose that? Like, you got crazy
pants next door.
neighbors. Yeah. No, and I mean, I get it.
I think you disclose that if you have to disclose that if there was a true dispute between them.
And she was just upset because there was people parking in front of the house and whatever.
Well, I mean, I would probably say something like, do not park in front of neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Use your own parking space.
Use your own. Yes, absolutely.
So the other question I was kind of getting at, because as we know, the market is kind of shifting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that people tend to like houses that are turnkey, not super dated.
Mm-hmm.
But where do you stop? Do you know what I mean? So I had somebody ask, like, I come from, I have like my interior decorating, and I know you do too. And I kind of feel like once you like open a can of worms and you start like painting kitchen cabinets, it's just my opinion, and not everybody agrees with my way. But like if you start painting kitchen cabinets, right, and you have like a dated countertop, I kind of feel like you kind of then need to change the countertop. And then it's sort of like if you give a mouse a cookie, then you probably need to change the sink, and then you probably need to change the faucet, and then you might need I don't know. So then my other opinion is like it's great to freshen things up, and you don't have to do the bathroom,
right?
But sometimes when I go into houses and they've done like a kitchen, but then you have bathrooms that aren't done, I feel like the house looks unfinished to me.
Yeah.
Not in all cases.
I mean, as long as it's clean and it shows to be, sure, the kitchen is the biggest remodel, right? That as on your pocketbook. Don't get me wrong, it can be expensive to redo bathrooms. I don't know, I guess it doesn't bother me as much as long as it's clean.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it could be dated, but if it's clean and it's doable, maybe something as simple as to paint a bathroom cabinet and then just redo the countertop. That's an easy fix for a quick little update for a bathroom.
And some light fixtures.
And some light fixtures. Yeah. You definitely don't want those like 90s gold with light.
And I sometimes think like even like if you have cabinets that are in great condition and they're wood, and I'm not talking like oak, I'm not talking like 80s cabinets, but like 2000s, like nice cabinets. I kind of feel like you can, if you're working on a budget, add some hardware.
Yes.
And add some like new lights. And maybe if you have to change out a faucet, and you could, for $300 really give that bathroom like an update.
Absolutely.
Like a kitchen. I just sometimes wonder, like, if you get into painting, I had a friend lately pay somebody to paint her cabinets, and she sent me pictures.
Oh my gosh, was it bad?
Yes, they put them on, and they were like bubbling and like in the cracking, because
you definitely want to know what you're doing.
And painters are so expensive these days, and so I feel like if you're investing in a kitchen, or you're gonna like, you have to see the work, and you have to know what you're doing,
that you're hiring a good person,
right?
I'm totally for it. Like when I owned my house in M section Rona Park, we painted the cabinets white. They were just the old oak cabinets. We painted them white. We did it ourselves. My husband's really good and handy at,
much like
he knows what to do. But we put hardware on it. We gave the kitchen a refresh, and it looked great. But I agree, there are some people who just don't know what they're doing. Like, don't hire those people. But with the kitchen cabinets, you can even keep the bases now, and they've got those companies where you can just get new doors. So
that's true.
So sometimes that might be the same price as paying the painter.
You're right.
You know, so to look into that, because you can put the shaker style cabinet versus the old oak cabinet.
That's really true, because it's really the body, because it's really a lot of the labor.
Yes,
that's very cost intensive.
And a lot of do-it-yourselfers, you can put your own cabinet doors on. I mean, obviously,
well, my husband and I did. I mean, we painted ours. We did a total kitchen refresh, and I don't love our shape of doors, but I feel like by painting them,
it made a difference.
It made a huge difference. We added hardware, but we actually took ours to a place that does dipping. Have you heard of this?
Oh, really?
So they dipped them, and they dipped the drawers, and it was, I think, $125 a drawer.
And then you just painted the bases?
My husband painted the bases with the matching. They gave us the matching paint that we, they used. So it was like the same finish and everything. And then we hung them. And it's amazing because they look like if you were to go to the store, there's no brush marks.
Yeah.
It's like they look like you were to buy them.
That was you could do that.
Yeah. Well, that he found it from talking to, contractors. And that's where like a bunch of the contractors did theirs because it doesn't have like the brush marks.
I never even knew that.
Yeah. So there's lots of things you can do, but I would just bring in like a realtor or somebody before you start making home improvements because there are like trends that have gone out already.
And I always do a walkthrough. Like the house I have listed as of right now, there was a tenant there and we had done a walkthrough when the tenant was there. And once the tenant left, I was like, let's do another walkthrough. Let's really prepare as far as what. And then we looked at the walls and we're like, it really needs to be painted. Like,
well, it's hard when people have their furniture in.
Right. So, but I always do multiple walkthroughs with my clients. Like, okay, what's going to fit within your budget? Let's have that conversation. It's solely up to you if you want to put that investment in, but in the return, it's going to show nice. It's going to do all of those things to stage. Let's have that conversation. So, I mean, yeah, you definitely want to meet with somebody or an agent as far as what is your house going to look like when you go on market and what do you want to get out of it, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. I go high, middle, low. Like, sure, you don't have to do anything, right?
Right.
But this is probably where I would price it if you left it as is. Do you want to price it here? Because these are the things I would suggest.
Right.
Yeah. So,
last topic is we kind of went backwards order today, but do you have any mom moments?
Oh, we didn't even talk about mom moments.
We were just so excited about Diddy.
Right. We did go right into the Swiftie cell. My mom moments. No, not really. I mean, I'm just living that whole teenage life right now. I mean, nothing really big to talk about.
Yeah.
Except for I'm in the hustle and bustle of like just work. Kids. Oh, I did go to Monty's.
Oh, you did?
Did you hear that it reopened?
I heard. I was so excited. It's one of my favorite restaurants.
It was good. It was good. The remodel looks nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited for date nights back at Monty's.
Ooh, that's nice.
I mean, it's so close to my house that I'm like, I love a good date night spot.
Oh my gosh. Well, my husband and I went on a date last night.
You did?
Yeah. We brought a table to a client and then we like set it up. It was so romantic.
I love it. I actually,
we were like in the car together for like a whole hour.
Don't you? I make my husband run errands with me on a regular. I'm like,
I mean, it's the only time we can talk.
Totally.
Because we get interrupted all the time.
Yeah.
But we're headed to a volleyball tournament this weekend, another one next weekend. And then, we're trying to prepare for homecoming. It's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Because ours, I think yours is before ours.
I don't know. But my girls are on the same night.
I should actually quickly tell this story. So my mom moment is Bea's golfing, and she had her first golf tournament match, whatever they call it, last Tuesday, and it was at the golf course. And we knew that you can walk the Smart Train pathway and see them golfing on the golf course. So my husband and I, he's like, hey, do you want to meet me and we'll go like walk the train tracks? And I was like,
oh my God.
Yeah, we're going to sneak attack and go see her golfing. And Bea's very reserved. She gets shy sometimes. And she's like, no, you guys don't have to watch. And I was like, so we're like hiding behind
So was it
trees.
like a tournament?
It's a tournament. But it's like school to school.
Yeah.
So they were actually against Cardinal Newman. So,
ooh.
So anyway, so we have to go walk the path in order to see the 9 holes being played or whatever. So my mom moment is more of like my wife moment. My husband's like, okay, you got to hop this chain link fence.
Oh no.
In order, because we parked at the golf course and then we have to hop the fence to walk the path. And I was like, are you sure I have to hop that? There's not like an opening down the ways. And he's like, no, you have to hop
You're
that.
sneaking in.
And I'm like, there's no way I can hop that fence. Like the chain links that they make now are small. So I couldn't like it. And I came from work. I had like dress shoes on. I was like, I cannot do this. So you should have seen me hop this fence.
Why did they video these things? We need this.
Because I needed his assistance. He had to pull me over the fence, and I am bruised all the way down my legs because I had to he drug me across because I was like, I can't get over. I can't go.
Oh my God.
It took like a good solid 8 minutes.
To get over the fence.
Oh yeah, and then I turned and I'm like, oh, there was definitely people who saw that. Like it was so embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
So that was my mom moment.
That
of
is
me
so funny. I think the last time
But wait, listen. There was an opening like 100 feet down.
Of course there was.
See? Totally could have
Last
walked
time I
through.
hopped a fence, I think was in high school. And I think my jeans got caught and they ripped.
Oh, my belt got caught on the front. I'm like, oh yeah, no. And I could hop a fence. Don't get me wrong. Like I did the other day. I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but to go hiking on
you
the trail.
trying to spy on that other listing agent? Go into that appointment with hopping fences?
Hopping fences. No, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm not as agile as I once was, I guess.
No. Those flexibility moments.
But that was my mom moment.
That's
Of
so
me.
Did Gina see you hop the fence?
No, she didn't see me hop the fence.
But her friends are like, I think it's your mom.
She's like, she ended up seeing.
Did they not pay to get in? Do they not have the gold card
Like,
for the
hello?
posters?
No, but we were hiding. So we were walking the path once I got over the fence. I was sore for like 3 days, by the way, from hopping this damn fence. But anyway, so she ended up seeing us. Well, maybe when she was on like the 5th hole, I think, or something like that. And she did like this double take. She turned and then she goes like, oh my gosh, there's my parents. Like, because you can see her go like this. And then, of course, her coach is there and he drives over the golf course. He's like, hi, guys. And so then we only watched her for a couple more holes and then we walked away because...
You didn't go back over the fence.
No, because then there was an opening like 100 feet down. And I'm like, really? You made me hop that fence? My husband thought it was hilarious.
I was going to say that was probably the best moment of his week.
Oh, yeah. He still is cracking up about me going over that damn fence. I wish I had a video.
I wish you had a video.
And, yeah,
You
I'm
need to
glad.
bring it.
Somebody probably has a video. It's probably
On the golf course, like security camera. They're like, security!
They're like, there's this woman hopping. I was actually leaving.
Pumps!
I'm like, seriously, never again.
Never again.
Anyway.
Well, that I think wraps it up. So remember to comment below to win your gift card. We are going to next week read some of these comments.
I know. I can't wait.
Please comment.
Please comment. So anyway, everybody have a wonderful week. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys. Bye.